Question from the viewer. I tend to make decision impulsively. How do I control this?
I'm sure most of you have been troubled with this. Temperance is the art of making deliberate decisions as opposed to impulsive ones. In the Stoic state, it is the great mastery of willingly resisting rather than reacting. Along with wisdom, temperance is one of the four essential virtues. In short, temperance is a balance and moderation that permeates all aspects of life. This virtue is very important because it is essential to our capacity to make wise decisions, especially when faced with challenges. Justice and courage involve self-control and moderation, acknowledging our limits and not letting our passions dominate us. Under pressure to remain calm, retain mental clarity, and solve problems successfully. You have a major problem with self-control if your emotions, whether they be anger or enthusiasm, govern you a lot. To get past this obstacle, we resort to Stoicism. I want to be straightforward and realistic in this video. I'll provide 10 doable strategies for putting the fundamental historical lessons into practice so you can develop temperance as one of your virtues. Embrace what you can control. Epictetus, the Stoic sage, offers us a fundamental lesson that serves as the cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, the dichotomy of control. At the heart of this teaching is the recognition that our lives are subject to a fundamental division between elements we can control and those beyond our influence. This concept is pivotal in cultivating calm and composed demeanor even in the midst of life's uncertainties. In essence, Epictetus advises us to invest our energy and attention in those aspects of life that fall within our sphere of control. These include our thoughts, actions, intentions, and responses. By directing our focus to what is genuinely within our power, we can navigate life with a sense of purpose and mastery. It is the acknowledgement that our internal world is under our dominion that forms the bedrock of our tranquility. And conversely, external events and circumstances that often elude our sway are to be acknowledged as outside the realm of our control. Just as an archer, as exemplified by Epictetus, can aim carefully, draw the bowstring with precision, and release the arrows skillfully, yet remain uncertain of the flight's outcome, we must learn to release our attachment to outcomes we cannot govern. This release is not resignation, but an embrace of equanimity in the face of life's inherent unpredictability. Epictetus's metaphor of the archer, who derives contentment from knowing they've exerted their best effort regardless of the target's fate, serves as a potent reminder of the Stoic approach to life. It encourages us to concentrate on our intentions and the dedicated efforts we put forth, accepting that the results are subject to a multitude of external factors. In essence, Stoicism reminds us to seize the reins of our inner world, embracing the dichotomy of control as a powerful tool to maintain a calm and composed disposition in a world where much remains beyond our influence. By concentrating our energies on what we can shape, we free ourselves from the burden of attempting to govern the uncontrollable, allowing us to discover serenity in the knowledge that we've done our utmost with the tools at our disposal. The power of acceptance. In the grand tapestry of Stoic philosophy, a few figures stand out as tall as the Roman emperor and philosopher Marcus Aurelius. His profound insights, often chiseled in the timeless monument of Meditations, resonate through the ages and illuminate one of the most powerful lessons in Stoicism, the lesson of acceptance. Marcus Aurelius guides us through a profound exploration of the human condition, acknowledging the inevitability of both triumph and tribulation. Life, as he observes, is a symphony of ups and downs, a constant ebb and flow. Within this ever-shifting landscape, there exist circumstances beyond our influence, elements we cannot control. Marcus Aurelius, in his role as a Stoic sage, extols the virtue of accepting these immutable truths. To accept, in the Stoic sense, is to embrace the reality of life's unpredictability and impermanence. It is to release the chains of attachment to specific outcomes and to walk in harmony with the unceasing rhythm of the universe. In Marcus Aurelius's words, resistance to the natural course of events leads only to turmoil and distress. Like a ship struggling against the relentless current, the Stoic perspective on acceptance is akin to setting sail on the sea of existence without a fixed destination, yet with unwavering faith in the voyage itself. It is an invitation to relinquish the desire for unyielding control and instead flow with the ever-changing stream of life, to dance with the music of the cosmos, whether its notes are serene or tempestuous. The embodiment of Stoic temperance in the realm of Stoicism, this lesson forms the bedrock of inner peace and tranquility. It urges us to open our arms to life's capriciousness, to savor the sweetness of success, and to weather the storms of adversity with grace. The power of acceptance, as illuminated by Marcus Aurelius, is a beacon that guides us through the labyrinth of existence, allowing us to greet each moment and each circumstance with an equanimous heart. It is the serenity of embracing life in all its unpredictability and finding profound serenity in the midst of its ever-shifting landscape. Limit excessive desires. In the splendid picture of Stoic philosophy, woven from threads of reason and ethics, Seneca's discourse on the Stoic principle of moderation is a masterpiece in itself. Seneca, a renowned philosopher known for profound philosophical essays on ethics and personal development, imparts to us an extremely important lesson, a lesson that invites us to control the fierce desires that often threaten to engulf our inner calm. At the heart of Stoic philosophy is the belief that excessive desires, like turbulent seas, have the potential to defeat our lives, leaving us in chaos and discontent. Stoic philosophers, in their steadfast pursuit of inner tranquility, recognized the danger of unbridled desire for wealth. They saw that material wealth and possessions were beyond what is necessary for a virtuous and wise life. Seneca echoes the Stoic spirit, conveying his understanding based on the belief that true contentment often resides in the serene realm of limited desires. It is a lesson that encourages us to navigate the murky waters of existence with the helm of moderation, guiding us to the peaceful harbor within. The Stoic path, illuminated by Seneca's wisdom, invites us to simplify our desires, seeking only what is necessary for a life marked by goodness and ethics. In this simplicity, we discover the precious gems of contentment and tranquility, independent of the capricious winds of external fortune. The Stoic practice of restraining excessive desires becomes the guiding star for maintaining a posture of calm and serenity. It is within the walls of this classical wisdom that we uncover the profound truth that the pursuit of passion for external possessions is but a fleeting illusion, and true treasures lie within, waiting to be discovered. Understand the transitory nature of life. Through the deep and eternal verses of Marcus Aurelius's Meditations, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher delved into the essence of life, a life filled with changes. His teachings serve as evidence of the wisdom of accepting the ever-changing nature of existence as a foundation for maintaining a calm and tranquil state of mind. Through the lens of Stoic philosophy, Marcus Aurelius imparts a lesson that may be one of the most important points in achieving inner serenity. He invites us to embark on a philosophical journey related to recognizing the short-term and temporary aspects of life. Stoic awareness of this reality, often referred to as the transitory nature of life, is not a sign of despair, but a foundation for profound strength in our lives. This lesson is about understanding that nothing in the realm of human experience, whether moments of joy or challenges of hardship, remains unchanged. The universe, in its relentless and ever-flowing nature, creates a tapestry of constant change. Stoic sages do not resist this cosmic dance. Instead, they embrace it with grace and wisdom. Marcus Aurelius calls on us to release the attachment to fleeting moments, much like the fleeting star in the night sky and the material possessions we focus on for a short time. He teaches us to cherish moments and possessions when they come into our lives, but also to let them go when their time comes to do so. In this way, we discover an inner sanctuary that is calm and serene, impervious to the storms outside. Accepting the transience of everything, as supported by Marcus Aurelius, is a remedy for the soul. It allows us to approach the changes in life with a sense of equanimity, liberating us from the anxiety of clinging to what was and what could have been. Through this Stoic lesson, we become architects of inner patience, constructing a unique fortitude in the face of life's inevitable challenges. Be virtuous. To be virtuous, the essence of Stoicism must be nurtured and cherished. Great Stoic philosophers like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius rooted in a steadfast commitment to virtue. This commitment lies at the heart of this ancient philosophy. Stoic virtues, including wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, serve as guiding stars, leading us to a life marked by inner tranquility and peace. In the rich tapestry of Stoic philosophy, virtues hold a sacred position. They are guiding moral stars that call upon us to navigate through life's storms with grace and wisdom. These virtues are not abstract concepts, but pillars, upon which Stoic thought about living in harmony with the natural order of the universe is built. Wisdom, the first virtue on this list, plays the role of a shining beacon, illuminating the path of reason and discernment. It calls upon us to develop deep knowledge of the world and our place in it. Stoic philosophers like Epictetus understood that wisdom is the foundation upon which all other virtues are built. With wisdom as our guiding star, we have the ability to see the world as it truly is and distinguish between the transient and the eternal. Courage, the second virtue, stands as a guardian of the moral soul's achievements. It calls upon us to face life's challenges with determination. In the Stoic dictionary, resolve is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. It is a resolute determination to confront difficulties with inner strength. Seneca, through his lectures, extols the importance of courage in building a character marked by resilience and unwavering determination. Justice, the third virtue, drapes the mantle of righteousness on the Stoic path. It calls upon us to live by the principles of fairness and moral rectitude. Stoic philosophers draw inspiration from sources of justice to guide us to make decisions based on fairness and morality. In the pursuit of justice, we ensure that our actions align with the moral order of the universe, promoting inner serenity and tranquility. Temperance, the final virtue, serves as a guardian of moderation and self-control. It reminds us to control our desires because through temperance we discover the gateway to true peace. Seneca, in his philosophical essays, emphasizes the importance of simplifying our desires and seeking only what is necessary for a virtuous life. In the moderation of desire, we uncover the source of inner calm regardless of external circumstances. These virtues, praised by various Stoic philosophers, converge to create a life that embodies Stoic ideals. They serve as guiding stars, leading us through the storms of life with grace, wisdom, and enduring peace. By adhering to these virtues and allowing them to permeate our thoughts and actions, we maintain a calm and serene disposition, reflecting Stoic commitment to inner harmony and moral living. In the mosaic of Stoicism, these virtues are the radiant colors that create an image of a life lived in harmony with the eternal truth of the universe. Choose your response. Epictetus, revered for his wisdom, which has transcended hundreds of years, leaving us with an invaluable lesson: the power of choice in our reactions. To Stoic philosophy, this lesson stands as an unyielding pillar, guiding lighthouse steering us through the turbulent seas of existence. Epictetus, with unwavering steadfastness, conveyed the truth that while the realm of external events may be beyond our control, the helm of our reactions remains firmly in our hands. He declared this to be the essence of Stoic wisdom. In the Stoic sanctuary, where tranquility and equanimity are the focal points, control lies clearly within. Stoic philosophy, rooted in our dominion over life's diverse challenges, it is in this sacred space that Stoic virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance become guiding stars illuminating the path to inner peace. Epictetus, with his counsel, urges us to contemplate the nature of our judgments and reactions, especially in difficulty. It is through this self-examination that we awaken to the profound truth that we possess a sacred gift, the ability to consciously shape our responses to the myriad external events in life. The Stoic approach to the right reactions to life's fluctuations is akin to a perfect stroke on the canvas of existence. It is the choice to accompany Stoic virtues, to face life's challenges with the wisdom of philosophers, the courage of heroes, the justice of noble hearts, and the composure of those who tread the path of self-mastery. Imagine encountering a negative situation in your communication with others. They speak ill of you, and you feel anger. Instead of retaliating, learn to control your reaction. Understand their positive aspects and remain calm, creating a more positive atmosphere in communication. This helps you maintain composure and build better relationships with others. Stoic, imbued with the wisdom of Epictetus, is a fortress of inner peace, impervious to even the fiercest storms. Through conscious choice and alignment with Stoic virtues, we create a protective barrier, preserving our inner peace in the face of adversity. It is the clear call of the Stoic to navigate the rugged paths of life with grace and resilience. For in the crucible of conscious choice, we find the enduring furnace of inner peace. Practice mindfulness. Seneca, the venerable Stoic philosopher whose wisdom has transcended time, illuminated an important lesson for those seeking tranquility and self-mastery amidst the turbulence of life: the practice of mindfulness. In the Stoic lexicon, mindfulness is a compass guiding us to the shores of the present moment, offering refuge from the ceaseless waves of regret about the past and uncertainty about the future. Essentially, mindfulness is the art of living in the present, immersing ourselves in the current moment with deep awareness. It is the antidote to the ailment of rumination, the incessant churn of the mind over past sorrows and anxieties about the future. Seneca's teachings in the Stoic tradition call upon us to honor the beauty and depth of the present, recognizing it as the only time that holds true existence. The practice of mindfulness, as described by Seneca, is not confined to extraordinary moments in life, but extends its embrace to the ordinary and mundane. It encourages us to observe the tapestry of life with a discerning eye, from the extraordinary to the seemingly insignificant. In doing so, we free ourselves from the suffocating grip of regret and the clutches of anxiety. Stoic mindfulness is a precious tool for preserving inner calm and clarity, a bridge to the precious present, connecting us to the profound simplicity of now. It is an art that grants us the ability to fully engage in our current circumstances, savoring each breath and appreciating the beauty that unfolds in every heartbeat. In the practice of mindfulness, we discover an eternal sanctuary where the soul finds peace, where inner tranquility is nurtured, and self-mastery is honed amidst the swirling currents of life. The value of gratitude. In the profound tapestry of Stoic philosophy, woven from threads of wisdom and enduring patience, exists a sparkling gem of profound knowledge: the value of gratitude. This lesson, advocated by Seneca, one of the famous Stoic philosophers, illuminated the path to inner tranquility and happiness regardless of life's challenges. He guides us to appreciate not only the successes of life, but also its difficulties. Through the lens of gratitude, we find contentment even in the face of adversity. Seneca, in essays dedicated to the concept of gratitude, earnestly extols its virtues. He urges us to shift our focus away from what we may lack and towards what we already have, to find solace in the present moment and embrace the often overlooked treasures. In this Stoic practice, we discover a powerful tool for maintaining profound inner peace. The essence of Seneca's teachings on gratitude is a gentle reminder that gratitude is not dependent on the abundance of our possessions, but on our ability to recognize life's blessings in their diverse forms. In this way, gratitude is not merely a simple reaction to life's easy moments, but a profound acknowledgement that even amid the storm, there is a refuge of peace. By cultivating gratitude as we recalibrate our relationship with life, we learn to see the extraordinary in the ordinary, to glean lessons from challenges, and to cherish the preciousness of each fleeting moment. Seneca encourages us to be content with the present, realizing that the treasures of life are not commodities to collect, but experiences to cherish. The value of gratitude, illuminated by Seneca, is a guardian of inner peace. It teaches us to continually reflect on the blessings marked on our journey. Through this, we discover that thankfulness is an alchemical elixir that transforms the basic elements of despair and longing into the gold of contentment and serenity. In moments of challenge, a heart steeped in gratitude does not falter. It finds strength even in adversity because it recognizes that life's trials are also its teachers. As Seneca reminds us, the Stoic spirit does not waver in the face of hardship. Instead, it flourishes, drawing nourishment from gratitude's deep well. In the Stoic tradition, the value of gratitude is an ever-present companion that leads us to profound inner peace, lifts us above the tumultuous waves of life, revealing the serenity found in embracing blessings, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. With Seneca's wisdom, we come to realize that practicing gratitude is not a simple reaction to life's joys, but a strong embrace of beauty in life's most challenging moments. With each breath and each heartbeat, and with each fleeting moment, we are presented with the opportunity to discover the treasures of gratitude. Seneca's Stoic legacy calls upon us to cherish the present, not because of life's difficulties, but because they allow us to appreciate the beauty that surrounds us. It is within this radiant practice that we uncover a profound and tranquil soul amidst life's turbulence. Stoic philosophy, the lessons of steadfastness, resonates like a responsive symphony. And that is Epictetus, an outstanding Stoic philosopher. He spoke to teach us the profound art of facing difficulties with perseverance. For Epictetus, difficulties are not a formidable enemy, but a tool to sculpt the masterpiece of our nature. Stoic philosophy, deeply rooted in the natural order of life, conveys the fundamental truth. The challenges are the threads and fibers of existence. Stoics have embodied this wisdom, not considering difficulties as obstacles or sources of suffering, but instead as opportunities, a forge to heat and refine their inner metal. Epictetus calls upon us not to despair in the storms of life, but to stand firm like an unwavering oak tree in the face of the tempest. The essence of this Stoic perspective lies in the profound awareness that it's not the event itself, but our perceptions, reactions, and choices in the face of adversity that have the power to distress us. It is the lens through which we view life's challenges, shaping our inner tranquility, cultivating steadfastness. The Stoic way is to steer the path of personal development and awareness, where adversity is not a calamity, but a mentor. Stoic philosophy teaches us that in the face of difficulties, we discover our true strength, and through facing life's challenges with courage and unwavering perseverance, we emerge like steel that has been forged, with a nature strengthened through the trials we have endured. The Stoic perspective on difficulties perfectly aligns with the Stoic belief in one's power of choice. Epictetus, in his wisdom, calls upon us to face challenges not with timidity, but with the courage of a warrior, because it is through how we react to external events that we safeguard our inner peace and tranquility. It is the gift of steadfastness that allows Stoics to navigate through the turbulent sea of life with a steadfast gaze, unshaken even in the face of the strongest storms. Keep learning and growing. In the profound landscape of Stoic philosophy, where wisdom is woven through threads of patience and tranquility, we find a lesson that calls us to embark on a lifelong journey of self-improvement. Epictetus, one of the quintessential figures of Stoic philosophy, stands as a steadfast guide in this pursuit. He reveals that the path to inner peace and self-mastery is paved with the stones of personal development. The commitment of the Stoic to self-improvement is a recurring theme in philosophy, resonating with empathy from various Stoic philosophers. Epictetus carries the torch of this letter with persuasive determination. He invites us to step onto the endless path of growth, emphasizing that this commitment is a treasure of knowledge that equips us to face life's challenges with finesse and insight. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies in a profound awareness that life is an ongoing journey. We are not static beings, but vessels of untapped potential, always capable of growth. The commitment to lifelong learning and development is an unwavering call. It is a reminder that wherever we stand, there are horizons to explore and virtues to cultivate. In the Stoic quest for self-improvement, harmoniously aligning with the pursuit of wisdom and tranquility, it is an acknowledgement that tranquility and self-mastery are not static attributes, but processes enriched by continuous learning. Epictetus encourages us to strive for knowledge as we would seek a precious gem, knowing that it is the compass guiding us through the labyrinth of existence. Stoic philosophy teaches us that in the pursuit of wisdom and personal development, we discover the keys to unlock the doors of inner peace and self-mastery. It is a journey without end, a pilgrimage of the soul marked by growth and transformation. As we walk this path, we find solace in the knowledge that every step taken, every lesson learned, brings us closer to the serene shores of self-awareness and inner tranquility. In the radiant light of Epictetus's wisdom, we are reminded that the pursuit of self-improvement is not a destination, but a sacred journey, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring power of the Stoic philosophy. In life, there is an inevitable reality that we will always need to deal with. the variations in emotions, challenges, and obstacles that existence puts to light. The Stoic philosophies give us 7 strong guidelines that assist us in maintaining control over our feelings and living in harmony with life. Additionally, contentment. So get ready to see the video up to the very last moments due to the wisdom you are going to encounter is genuinely together. We will examine these priceless ideas from the philosophy of Stoicism and discover how to use them in our everyday lives. You'll not just get a more profound knowledge of the Stoic school of thought, yet additionally possess the chance to face any obstacle with courage and trust with us on this voyage to regulate your feelings and create a happier life. But before we get started, please don't forget to press the bell and subscribe buttons so you don't miss any material. Rule number 1. Keep stimuli and response distinct. The idea of austerity presents a compelling notion regarding the possibility of transforming the way we manage our sentimental responses, highlighting the important differentiation between the stimulus and our reaction. The first rule of it highlights that there is a mental divide between things that happen and how we feel or respond to certain occurrences. It is crucial to control our emotions spontaneously and without hesitation emerge after an incident. But to figure out how to distinct, foremost we must acknowledge and recognize them. That each occurrence happens apart from our perception of an event isn't necessarily favorable or negative. It's only a moment after realizing the trigger we choose how to respond. As opposed to instinctively responding with forced feelings, such as rage or fear, Stoicism suggests that we maintain control over our reaction. This calls for consideration and thinking about the circumstances more logically. Picture yourself as a driver on the road, and all of a sudden another car cuts in before you without utilizing their cue signal. The stimulus in this instance is the other driver's conduct of cutting in absence of expressing an instinctive and sentimental. A possible response is fury, but in the words of Stoic philosophy, the stimulus can be distinguished, and the answer is opposed to becoming enraged right away. You can stop and think about why the individual did that. Maybe they possess a pressing cause or not understand that the stimulus and the reaction aids in preventing and instinctive feelings. Instead, we can create more intelligent decisions and manage our feelings in this way, aids in making our lives happy and achieving inner tranquility. In any scenario in which the first rule is applied to daily existence might help us become more patient, get a deeper comprehension of ourselves, and experience growing emotional control. We can lead a more contented and comfortable life by being able to keep the stimulus and response apart after Stoic philosophy. Rule number 2. Take control of your citadel. The idea of interacting with citadel is a significant and potent Stoic principle philosophy. What inner mindfulness reflects the human mind, which is where all thoughts are feelings, and the development of life location in line with Stoic philosophy. When we cultivate and guard our inner with our anus, we can overcome any obstacle quietly and without giving into powerful feelings that result from the conviction that the locus of control in our minds is our existence, the origin of tranquility and contentment. Having a sharp mind is essential in exercising control feelings. This does not imply that we not sense feelings, but rather our capacity to control oneself and keep emotions at bay. Control our choices based on this principle inspires us to develop patience and calmness throughout circumstances, rather than responding to them when confronted with challenges during disputes. We ought to depend on our powerful minds to take them on logically. Interacting with your inner being aware also entails taking accountability for overseeing your thoughts and feelings. This involves knowing when we're feeling a lot of emotions right now and figuring out how to deal with them in a regulated fashion. In a life full of pressure and violations of rule number 2, inspires us to apply our powerful minds to confront these challenges in a reasonable and refuse to allow them to create us unsteady. Interacting with your inner mindfulness is among the essential actions to develop self-control over emotions, and happiness in day-to-day living is highlighted. The significance of building a solid and logical inner stronghold to confront each and every scenario. See yourself in a scenario where you must react to a significant email from a customer. You finish the email and ready to mail it, but all of a sudden you obtain an email from the customer including scathing and infuriating material. Rather than impulsively responding and reacting with the email in a rage, you take a moment to inhale deeply to help you relax, then concentrate on composing a logical and competent response. In this manner, you don't allow your decisions to be influenced by your emotions and keep your cool and remain reasonable in overcoming the difficult circumstance with the customer. Rather than answering hastily, responding to the email in rage and exasperation, you decide to take a moment to acknowledge your feelings and relax by breathing deeply. As we adhere to rule number 2, we might find ourselves in our daily life growing more composed in each circumstance that does not sweep us away. Rapid feelings and be able to handle life with a resilient and understanding mentality that supports our development of emotional maintained control and happiness in our lives. Rule number 3. Determine what sets it off. Most of the time, we can tell negative feelings like rage and anxiety, fear, or sorrow. But there's also a more crucial action that is to determine the true reason behind these. This entails acknowledging the feelings, particular circumstance, or incident that set off these feelings. In the context of Stoic philosophy, in order to manage our things, we must recognize the reasons underlying the way. This illuminates how our ideas and perceptions of the world, those around us, can impact our sentiment. As we work to pinpoint the causes, it helps us become more conscious and realizing the significance of the questions we ask ourselves. Queries such as why am I feeling this way, how, or what the true reason for these queries enable us to learn more deeply comprehend who we are and the circumstance. One of the important advantages of figuring out the reasons are because we possess greater authority over our feelings. Rather than allowing feelings to control our behavior, we have the option to react more strongly, sensibly. We have time to reflect prior to acting and refrain from impulsive. This rule is applicable not just in reactions to unfavorable circumstances, but also in regular life, makes it easier for us to understand how we engage with the environment we live in. By determining the reasons, we concentrate on what we have power over, our responses and actions in each and every circumstance. Let's say you're in a circumstance in which a friend has caused annoyance by being unkind. Statements rather than being enraged correct. You recognize the trigger as your friend's remarks and recognize that you're unable to manage others. You choose to remain serenity to gain wisdom reply by using the identify the trigger rule. You've seen examples of how to engage with on a daily basis circumstances. Rather than allowing feelings to rule, you've concentrated on what you can regulate, your responses and activities. In difficult traffic circumstances in which this aids in maintaining calmness and self-control in your everyday existence. Rule number 4. Take a moment to breathe. That is among the most crucial Stoic guidelines mindset to assist us in managing our feelings and create a more joyful living. Our regular lives, we frequently experience tense circumstances that powerfully trigger feelings. Therefore, how can we deal with such instances without allowing them to control our the fourth decision-making rule is to respond as soon as you feel fully caught up when feeling. Strongly use a straightforward but practical active stop and have a profound breath. Doing so not only enables you to pause to reflect, but it also benefits you take charge of your emotional pause, allows you to pause for a time, do not speak or act anything within that now is the time to exercise self-control to refrain from acting rashly motivated by immediate feelings that you may regret afterwards. Consider for a moment the following repercussions of operating under the impact of feelings. Then adopt a slow, deep focusing on your breathing sense, the air coming into and going out of your taking a big breath, which not only benefits you unwind both physically and mentally. Remind yourself that it's a means of returning to the here and now rather than allowing your mind pursue unfavorable ideas or feelings. Picture yourself in a significant conversing and encountering fierce resistance from co-workers. Rather than answering, instantly stop and take a deep breathing is helpful in remain composed and pay attention to your co-workers. You demonstrate when you speak endurance, and comprehending the outcome of the conversation becomes better and more constructive. Potential remedies include attained in Stoic thought combining. This life practice aids in our development awareness of oneself and emotions intellect, that we get more sensitive to our feelings and possess the capacity to react purposefully as opposed to quick response. This exercise aids with our navigation challenging circumstances with higher calmness wisdom And the fourth control rule assists you in avoiding rash judgments made when under the influence of feelings you could later regret. It also aids in your subsequent career as a manager of feelings as opposed to being in charge by them. Abiding by this guideline, it will you cultivate clarity and inner serenity in your daily existence, enhances the caliber of your, can help you become a more independent person. Rule number 5. Embrace life's pleasures and difficulties. Stoic thought is about more than just managing feelings in day-to-day living, but also about leading a genuinely contented and significant life. The fifth life rule instructs us to, when we acknowledge the transient nature of accept the blessings and difficulties of life, is able to reach an emotional wholeness in the eyes of the Stoic. Happiness in philosophy is a crucial life circumstances, but it shouldn't make us reliant on it. As opposed to allowing Stoic happiness rules, our life philosophy pushes us to comprehend that contentment is fleeting and uncontrollable, so we need to be happy as it arises, but be prepared to accept it when it fades, which keeps us from being let down when contentment vanishes and persists. A more serene state of the mind is constantly occupied with difficulties and challenges, and the Stoic philosophy doesn't incite us to run from or be afraid of these challenges. Rather than avoiding them, bravely Stoics hold the belief that challenges are an inherent aspect of existence, and by confronting them, we can learn from them these obstacles with composure and patience. We can grow more powerful and develop an unwavering spirit. Picture yourself having a protracted and a demanding workday, and you have fascinating plans for the future weekend aside, though ultimately you get a call telling you that this week's schedule has altered and cannot be completed as originally initially scheduled. You might feel dissatisfied and agitated, but rather than becoming furious or tragic, you manage to find joy in life in a method for you to choose to attempt a different exercise or dedicate time to self-care in. Unwinding in this manner, you are not governed by unfavorable feelings and still lead a more contented and joyful life existence, in spite of unforeseen difficulties residing and working in accordance. Stoic philosophy benefits us in addition to regulate our feelings, but it also benefits us establish a harmony between contentment and challenges. This keeps us in a peaceful, clear head that results in happiness and deeper existence. Rule number 6. Engage in negative visualization. In our day-to-day activities, we frequently have a tendency to stay away from circumstances that might move incorrect. We wish to preserve a feeling of safety and comfort, so we make every effort to do away with or avoid any possible danger. But Stoic philosophy suggests an alternative viewpoint in the face of hardship with assurance and mental preparedness. This principle's main objective is to foster rather than to induce fear, thankfulness, readiness mentally, and patience within life. When we envision unfavorable circumstances, it's critical to pay attention to the details and the feelings connected to them. This helps us recognize the actual worth of what we are observing, and never assuming such things for given. Rather than residing in the romanticism toward the ideal existence, negativity visualization is not intended to make us uneasy, but in order to get ready mentally for any circumstances in which you have visualized the challenges that could occur. You won't when they arrive be surprised, since you have made ready. This gives you mental strength to deal with greater serenity, and repressing feelings govern your life. In addition to this, concept aids in keeping us focused on what we can control, rather than squandering time and time fretting over issues that are outside of our control. We acquire the ability to focus on our talents and deeds that can bring regarding alteration that aids in our control, and make good progress in life. For instance, consider a scenario in which you are defeated your career, a respectable salary, and you feel concerned, and when you're unsure you wonder what would I do if I lost my job. You begin thinking about backup plans and how to handle challenging circumstances, which makes you more thankful with your existing position and possess the capacity to overcome any obstacles in life. Explains the sixth principle, which focuses us on what we can manage to assist us keep things under control and make good progress. Living a life that is bad visualization not only increases our strength in overcoming hardships, but also assists generate a happier and more appreciative mentality in our day-to-day lives. Rule number 7. Focus on what you can control. There are a plethora of things in life situations and circumstances that we are unable to control, which could involve the climate views of other people, the situation all around us, as well as numerous other elements. What matters most is that we frequently invest excessive time and energy fretting over these things we own no capacity to alter. Stoic philosophy holds that we are urged to concentrate on what we can actually regulate our behavior responses, and how we confront each circumstance. By concentrating on these items, we possess the capacity to react and deal with each and every scenario, that we can decide how to handle difficulties and challenges. We can alter our behavior and responses to control and enhance our Cs, which benefits us in addition to preserve authority, but also in us to relish life. More, a crucial component of concentrating on what we are able to manage is realizing the boundaries of our capacity for control, that we are unable to alter externally conditions, but we can alter the way we handle them. This keeps us from unwarranted concern for items that not able to be altered, that you had organized to enjoying a family picnic on the weekend, and we extremely enthusiastic. But on the day of the picnic arrives, the weather abruptly become worse with a lot of rain that is inappropriate for an outside picnic, rather than feeling let down. And if you're bored, you can make a fun indoor picnic encounter, like planning a picnic on the floor of the living room with tasty cuisine and entertainment. This manner you can still enjoy spending time with your family in a meaningful way, without allowing the poor weather to impact your attitude. Life can become intricate and filled with obstacles, but Stoic philosophy imparts those of us who concentrate on controllable is the route leading to liberation and happiness. By putting this idea into practice, we possess the capacity to fully appreciate life and make it worthwhile. Living in balance with the natural world is not just a way of thinking, but also an adventure to accepting oneself and investigating the complexity of life, which we are welcome to accept ambiguity and difficulties as chances for development and growth of oneself. These 7 Stoic principles have given us control over feelings, become deeper, and become your relationship with the natural, the globe. We've had an intriguing discussion of the Stoic philosophy and how it might alter your. I wish to ask you to join us in our current existence in promoting this idea and constructing a more optimistic. If you discovered this video community helpful, please don't hesitate to hit like button, then send it to your friends. This will support the Stoic movement and spread happiness. It is simple to overshare and expose ourselves to others in today's linked world, both in person and virtually, and via the ubiquitous field of social media. Openness and vulnerability, however, can be helpful in establishing deep connections and encouraging empathy. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, serves as a helpful reminder of the value of protecting particular facets of our existence. I will be discussing some personal issues and circumstances in this video, things that are better kept confidential, items that have no business being disclosed. You may do great things in life with privacy, both in terms of strategy and developing inner serenity. For Stoic or philosophical ideas for those who come after us, you can be confident that this film will help you live a Stoic life in the modern world. With origins in classical Greece and Rome, Stoicism imparts ageless wisdom on how to walk the tightrope between discretion and vulnerability. We shall examine 7 topics that Stoicism counsels not disclosing to others in this post, illuminating the philosophy's ongoing applicability in the modern world. Prior to starting, please make sure the notification bell is on and that you are a subscriber to the channel so as not to overlook any empowering content. Be the best version of yourself, as always. There's no need for others to grasp. We all face problems, fight fights, and conquer obstacles in life that might stay hidden in the recesses of our hearts. These internal conflicts are not necessary for others to fully understand the struggles you've faced in the past. You don't have to defend yourself to people who have already walked a difficult journey. If you try to explain the whole scope of your difficulties, it could come across as a want for approval. The core of who you are is significantly molded by the hardships you have endured. Still, it is not your responsibility to spread the word about these difficulties or use your struggles as justification or a story. Those difficult times served as the furnace in which your life was shaped, developing your character's maturity, discernment, and unwavering persistence. Your background has shaped who you are, but nobody needs to be able to picture your suffering in such detail. Their real recognition should be of your personal development and metamorphosis. In the end, it's more admirable for someone to avoid obsessing about the past and instead give the present moment your whole attention. It is by deeds, not words, that one actually conveys their traits and encounters. It's more important to demonstrate one's ability in action than to brag about one's prior experiences, demonstrating their resilience and inner power. By doing this, they go beyond a simple story of victory and turn into a dynamic example of the human spirit's unwavering strength. Generally speaking, it's best to keep the specifics of your goals to yourself. Even though the majority of people might know where you're going in general, consider the repercussions of disclosing specifics that reveal each stage of your voyage. It would be like giving someone unlimited access to your own phone. You effectively give up control of the situation when you do this. If things don't work out the way you had hoped, you can wonder if you made a mistake or if you were duped by someone. If an attack takes place, its source becomes unclear since there are so many probable sources of injury. Whether it's someone with bad intentions or a well-meaning buddy asking about your objectives, preserving the vital information about your goals is crucial. Actually, it's generally enough to just say which way you're heading in general. You don't have to tell somebody all the little nuances of your journey. No one else can genuinely be your confidant in the same way that you can be for yourself. After all, you know anyone and your road is entirely your own. A thorough justification of your objectives is perfectly fine for you to be the only one with first-hand knowledge of your own trip. Believing that joy and a sense of lightness are scarce is a misconception. Thinking that happiness and a feeling of lightness are rare, these feelings are now highly sought for, so when you truly exude happiness, it may have a significant effect. People may respond in different ways. Some people are skeptical, while others are in awe. Your sincere smile might astound some people, while some might doubt your sincerity and find it difficult to accept that someone can really find inner serenity in such an environment. It's critical to show off your delight with pride. Whenever someone asks how you're doing, you don't have to downplay how happy you are. You may firmly state that you are doing well, as opposed to just saying that you are. Though it's a small change, it exudes confidence and optimism. It's acceptable to acknowledge that things are going well, rather than obsessing over how great everything is in your life. In a world where melancholy and unhappiness are prevalent, being joyful all the time can be perceived as a dangerous undertaking. Others who are resentful and unhappy could try to disturb the calmness of others who have achieved inner peace. On the other hand, embracing and spreading your happiness is a brave gesture that may encourage others to look within for their own happiness and lightness. In a culture where negativity is prevalent, your sincere joy can serve as a ray of hope and a reminder that inner tranquility is possible even during difficult circumstances. Thus, don't be afraid to show off your happiness and serve as an encouragement to those in your vicinity. Within the framework of preserving a robust and healthy love connection, there is an important principle that is frequently overlooked: how crucial it is to protect your relationship's privacy and refraining from needless conversations regarding disputes and private information. On the Internet's open platform, it's a technique that can greatly increase resilience and durability of your relationship. When disagreements or problems develop in a partnership, it can be a powerful one to vent or ask friends and acquaintances for guidance. But it's important to stop and consider the effects of this decision. Relationships and personal information that you share with others, particularly online, might unintentionally erode the very base that you are attempting to reinforce. Imagine that you two are dealing with a problem in your relationship. You both need to handle a pressing matter that is creating stress and anxiety in your emotional lives. Rather than getting down to talk to each other face to face about this matter, you make the decision to tell a close friend everything. You sense that you could use some outside counsel and assistance. You discuss the situation and your feelings with your friend in order to find a solution and your desire to see things from a new angle. Unfortunately, though, things take a surprising turn when you narrate your tale. Your companion begins to share their thoughts and observations. People start to inquire as to why you two are together, provide advice on how to resolve the situation, and even voice worries about your significant other. Slowly, the dialogue becomes focused on your friend's ideas and points of view, and you feel as though the main problem has been ignored. Rather than concentrating on how to resolve the particular circumstance and strengthen your bond, the topic of outside viewpoints and opinions comes up during the conversation. The foundations of a happy and successful relationship are closeness and effective communication, but when they are developed inside the partnership itself, they work best as opposed to outside of it. Many individuals struggle with marital strife. As well as in their pursuit of a solution, they seek solace from friends, relatives, or even the virtual community. They unintentionally turn their personal issues into gossip by doing this. When you accept this, it becomes clear that your ability to keep a careful balance is what keeps your relationship healthy between personal space and intimacy. It entails having the ability to handle problems and negotiate disputes without revealing to the public every minute detail of your partnership. Essentially, the sacred space you and your partner establish is what strengthens your bond. It's a place where direct dispute resolution is possible and candid communication flourishes, and where intimacy grows. When you don't tell people everything about your relationship, you uphold the sacredness of this area and make sure it continues to be a source of courage and assistance for your partner as well as yourself. So keep in mind, even though getting help and counsel is important, preserving the closeness and seclusion that add genuine value to your partnership is equally crucial. First of all, it's critical to keep in mind that no one in your social circle works for the IRS or a bank, so disclosing private financial information is not necessary. Furthermore, disclosing your financial situation can have undesirable effects regardless of your financial situation, such as debt or financial security. If you are fortunate enough to be financially prosperous, sharing this information may draw those with nefarious intentions who view you as a possible source of funding. On the other hand, if you freely acknowledge that your finances are tight, you may be looked down upon by many, since financial success and personal value are frequently associated in society's standards. That's just the way the world works, so proceed with caution. For this reason, keeping your financial condition a secret is the best course of action. Allow people to conjecture as they choose, but don't reveal anything about your financial situation. You'll make sure that those who matter to you aren't too worried about your financial situation by doing this. Exposing financial difficulties or desperation could harm your chances and make people want to stay away from you in a social setting like a job interview or hanging out with friends. Acting desperate can only lead to issues. Not only does desperation ruin the mood, but it also makes you seem like a burden to other people. Recall that desperation won't get you where you want to go. Actually, it is likely to repel the very help you might most need. Therefore, if you ever find yourself thinking about exposing a lack of financial control to third parties, it's usually advisable to protect your privacy and steer clear of such initiatives. In conclusion, it's critical to perform confidently and with composure. It's important because it affects how other people see you. Remember that appearances are highly valued in this world. Even in the face of financial difficulties or internal uncertainty, expressing assurance is essential to persuading others that you are in control and equipped to handle any challenge that comes your way. The concept of Stoicism lays a strong focus on emphasizes the importance of maintaining loyalty and trust in interpersonal relationships. According to the Stoic viewpoint, disclosing other people's vulnerabilities and confidences can have negative effects that eventually cause trust to decline and the deterioration of the fundamental pillars that support our relationships. Stoics wholeheartedly support the values of restraint and honesty when handling confidential information. The weaknesses of other people, they're aware of how we handle these kinds of trusts, not only illustrates our personal qualities, but also our moral rectitude and the principles we abide by. From the Stoic viewpoint, it is our responsibility to behave responsibly and respectfully, understanding that the confidence that people have in us in areas of confidentiality is evidence of our morality and dedication to the welfare of people around us. By using caution and protecting other people's confidences, we not only show off our moral character, but also help strong, long-lasting connections to thrive based on a foundation of faithfulness and trust. This Stoic idea acts as a prompt because how we handle other people's confidences directly reflects our own morality and character standing in the eyes of the general public as well as ourselves. Suppose you have a good buddy who confides in you about their personal struggles and concerns. They have completely trusted you with their secrets and intense feelings. It's crucial that you pledge to protect the privacy of their information and that you will support them in any circumstance. But later on, a call comes in from a different friend asking you to impart to them the knowledge that you possess. You are placed in an ethically difficult circumstance because you promised to keep the identity of your first friend a secret. In this instance, Stoic ethics would dictate that you refuse to give the information to the second friend, preserving the original friend's confidence and privacy. This exemplifies exercising judgment and morality when defending the faith that your first buddy has placed in you and dealing with other people's expectations. Stoicism is a guiding principle that emphasizes the indisputable significance of maintaining our moral principles and ideals in the face of outside influences or cultural norms that could try to sway us away from our own values. In a society where people are frequently tempted to conform and seek acceptance from others to abandon their sincerely held convictions, Stoicism serves as an enduring philosophy, unwaveringly inspiring us to uphold our dedication to virtue and moral behavior in the face of society's constant pressures. Stoicism exhorts us to remain steadfast and unwavering, never to waver from our fundamental beliefs or principles only to satisfy the public, or to follow the rules as they are in place. It serves as a reminder to hold fast to our moral principles, acting as our steadfast mentor in negotiating the rough seas of obstacles and temptations in life. Following this Stoic guidance helps us to uphold not only our moral integrity, but also provide a positive role model for others, displaying the resilience and strength of character that can result from a strong commitment to leading a life that with the greatest values that fleeting changes of outside conditions and cultural influences. It teaches us to hold fast to our moral principles and beliefs, notwithstanding the influence of conformity or the winds of public opinion. In the Stoic philosopher's deep words, we discover the ageless admonition that while pursuing virtue and wisdom, we need to cling to our values and fight against the constant currents that put us in danger of diverting from the straight and narrow. Through the timeless Stoic philosophy, we learn how to maintain our moral compass and, as a result, live lives of genuine integrity and honesty. Consider a Christian named Alex who lives in a culture where intense competitiveness and avarice are commonplace traits. Alex has always followed the teachings and principles of the Bible, which include tolerance, respect, and love for others. Nonetheless, the drive to succeed at all costs and amass material prosperity in the contemporary social mire one day frequently confronts Alex. A business opportunity presents itself to Alex, and if he takes it, rates might quickly yield significant financial gains. But in order to take advantage of this chance, he had to participate in an immoral and opaque deal, violate his morals, and cause harm to others. Alex is guided by moralism in this situation. Rather than sacrificing his morals and principles in the near-term phrase for personal benefit, Alex makes the decision to stick to his moral principles and tolerance. He turns down that business opportunity and keeps up his commitment to the ideals and beliefs he holds dear. Despite possible obstacles and pressures to uphold his moral principles, Alex shows how strong he is by upholding his values. By doing this, he not only upholds his moral integrity, but also serves as an example for everyone around him of the value and strength of life in keeping with the higher ideals he strives for. While the aforementioned 7 elements are the fundamental elements of Stoicism that tell us not to expose ourselves to other people, Stoic wisdom has other dimensions that can offer more direction when negotiating the intricacies of relationships and life. Firstly, unfavorable assessments and rumors. Stoicism exhorts us to abstain from passing judgment on others. Chatting up people and spreading rumors, making assumptions, and gossiping can be damaging to our relationships and our own character. According to the Stoics, gossiping or criticizing others exposes not just our own character defects, but also while also adding to the unfavorable and poisonous environment. By refraining from gossip and harsh criticism, we uphold our moral rectitude and can encourage more positive social relationships. Secondly, a fear of passing away. Stoicism deals with mortality and the fear of death. Though thinking about our death is normal An ongoing fear of dying can cause anxiety as well as hopelessness. Accepting death as a necessary part of life is something that Stoicism teaches us of the human situation. By accepting our death and avoiding thinking about it all the time, by concentrating on the things we can control and the virtues we can develop, we can live more fully in the present. Thirdly, bitterness and regrets from the past. An additional facet of Stoic wisdom is how important it is to move on from regrets and grudges from the past. Relentlessly dwelling on past transgressions or harboring resentment can drain our mental and emotional resources. Stoics encourage us to reflect on our past deeds and draw lessons from them, while refusing to let them dictate our past, present, or future. Via forgiving others and letting go of grudges, we liberate ourselves from the psychological weight of the past. Lastly, individual accomplishments and triumphs. Contrary to popular belief, Stoicism counsels against bragging about one's own accomplishments. The philosophy emphasizes modesty and humility, teaching us that leading a moral life is the key to true success, and not in avoiding excessive self-promotion in the hopes of obtaining approval or recognition from others. We keep our humility intact and concentrate on the moral road and concentrate on the pursuit of perfection due to its inherent worth in contentment and tranquility. Stoicism prioritizes tranquility and inner serenity. In a world that is overflowing with wants and diversions from without, Stoicism serves as a reminder that true happiness can only be found within. By keeping our inner tranquility and contentment hidden from outside influences or looking for them via worldly belongings, as we pursue our goals, we grow more resilient and independent of a life well lived. Stoicism provides an all-encompassing foundation for leading a quiet, moral, and wise life. Although it cautions us against exposing certain facets of our existence to others, it also highlights how crucial it is to develop traits like discretion, humility, and tenacity.